Hi, Maya.
Hi.
I wanted to have you talk about your routine and how you manage your diabetes, and then we'll talk a little bit about JDRF and why that's important to raise money.
Sounds good.
So let's start with your glucometer and how you check your levels.
So this is my glucometer. I check my levels before meals or if I don't feel good, roughly 8 times a day.
Okay.
Um,
And you're going to show how you do it?
yeah, you just take the strip and you put it into the meter.
Now, when do you do this?
Before a meal or if I don't feel good or before our activity.
Okay.
Because that can impact my blood sugar. So I just prick my finger. There's the blood.
Okay.
And it sucks it right up once you put it in the strip. And then as you can see right now my blood sugar is 121, which is completely perfect. I like to be in the 100s.
Okay.
Under 70 is low.
So you do this like how many times a day?
Roughly 8 times. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, just depending on what I do that day.
Okay. When you say sometimes you do it when you don't feel well, what does that mean? What does that look or feel like?
Sometimes I can have low or high blood sugar, and when I'm low, I start shaking. I can't focus, just really tired. And then when I'm high, I sometimes can get a stomach ache, or I have a headache, or I just don't feel good again, and I'm tired, and I can't focus either. So when that happens, I just want to check my levels to make sure that I'm okay, and I'm safe, and I'm at a good blood sugar.
Okay. And now at the age of 12, you're probably having a little more ups and downs because you're having a lot of growth spurts, right?
Yep.
All right.
Definitely.
Okay. So now, why don't you talk about your pump? How long have you had your pump?
I've had my pump for, I think, 4 years.
Okay. Now this doesn't replace your blood checks, right?
No.
But when you do your blood checks, what happens?
So my blood checks connect to my pump, so then it calibrates it in. So when I eat, it's already in there, and then I can just put in how many carbs I'm eating.
Okay. So it wirelessly reads your blood checks.
Yeah.
They talk to each other.
They do.
Okay.
And then you can just put in the carbs, and it'll tell you how much insulin to give me for that meal or for the snack, or if my blood sugar's high, then I'll give a little more insulin as a correction.
So before you used to have to calculate all that, right?
Yeah, we'd have some ratios that we'd use differently per meal, and then I'd get it in a syringe or in a shot, and I'd just do insulin like that. It was harder. It was a lot more work for my parents, and took longer, and you had to do it longer before the meal, and 8 shots a day. It hurt. This is just so much easier.
So you take your levels, the pump does the thinking for you, figures out how much insulin you need. So there's low insulin pack in there, and it pumps right into that, and you don't have to show the other end of your tube, but the tube is connected to your body.
Yep.
And it pumps it in.
Yeah.
And we got to change that how often? The part that's connected to your body.
We change that every 3 days. We call it the set. It just keeps it from being infected, and we can put more insulin in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we reload your pump every 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now there's one last part to your gadgets, right?
There it is. Yeah. So this is my Dexcom. It kind of shows roughly where I am, my blood sugar wise. Mm-hmm. So if I'm low, it will alert me, so I know I need to check my blood sugar. It connects to this.
And what's that?
This is the sensor, so it has like a little straw that goes in, and it like gets the sugar in my fluid.
So that tells your levels, but not quite as accurate as the blood, right?
Yeah, it doesn't replace the blood checks, but it will give me a good idea if I need to check.
So that thing on your arm talks to your Dexcom,
mm-hmm.
which looks like an iPad or iPod.
It does.
And that just tells you if you're kind of trending up and down, and can kind of say, And you actually recalibrate that regularly when you take your levels.
I do.
So you could, like, you just took your levels and it was like, what, 121?
Yeah, actually, right now it's telling me that I need to check my levels.
But you already did.
Yeah, so it says 100 low, and that's pretty close. I'm 121, so it's really close.
So you're gonna recalibrate
enter it in, so it's 121.
So we just constantly recalibrate to make sure it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it keeps it on track.
Okay.
And so now it's more accurate and it makes more sense.
And maybe because you're filming this right now, you're dropping a little, right?
Yeah, maybe. A little nervous, but that's okay.
That's all right. Okay, so that's your routine, and there's a lot, but it kind of helps us regulate your blood levels. And at night when you're sleeping, your mom and I get to kind of monitor how you're doing when you sleep with the Dexcom and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then if it's low, we can come in and check on you, and also if it's high.
Yeah.
So here's this JDRF thing coming up. It's September 13th. It's at the Jeffco Fairgrounds. Every year they do a fundraiser. What is that charity?
It just donates to all the research, so I eventually won't have to do all this. It's specifically for kids. It's really important to me because this is a lot to handle and it can be hard at times, so if there's a way I could not have to do that, or other kids wouldn't have to do that, it'd be really nice, and I'd really love that. So money goes to that research.
Yeah, so that's great, and we appreciate every year. It's become our annual ritual, and Maya will design another t-shirt this year. We didn't get around for this filming, but she's wearing her Mariposa shirt, and we will design another butterfly, and Mariposa is Spanish for butterfly, and we call it the Maya's Mariposa March. So we'll give you more information on that, but we always appreciate your support and love, and whether you can join us on that day or just there in spirit, we really thank you for all your support. Okay, well thanks, Maya.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we'll see ya.